Hi, and welcome back to Divine Connection 228. That name is about to change, okay? Because I am changing and growing. So my name will be, you will see my videos and there will be a new name under there, okay? So give me just a second to introduce myself. I am Adunola Balewa. Okay, the full name is Adunola Fumi Sheyon Balewa. Okay, ignore the ringing, but this is a call. Okay, this is so funny that my friend, she just called me because this is you being called at this time. That is a sign. That is a synchronicity. Okay, at this time, if you look at my community board, I posted a video from the Blackfit Witch, the Dream Oracle. I want you to go look at that video because it is marked 11/11 and it's so divine, okay? So thank you, sis, because yes, we needed to hear this. And I'm going to piggyback off of some of the things that she has said because what she did was she gave us a transmission, which in turn gave me revelation. Okay, so in that video, she mentions how we are divinely protected, and if you think you are protected, you are, right? It's all about the mind, okay? And so, what I wanted to share is this: those of you who are on the twin flame journey, right? Over here, we call those cosmic partnerships because that's exactly what the fuck they are. We from the stars, okay? We were sitting here for a mission, okay? I am a child of Oshun. I have had my head read. I have had my rebirthing ceremony. And I have received my Aleke, right? So I have, during that process, you also get your destiny reading, right? So I know that by my mother being Oshun, shout out to Mama Oshun, okay? That's my EI. She is the she is all about women empowerment, right? And that's what my mission is here. I've always known that's been my mission. I've always known that I was to share something with the world, right? And I knew that I was destined for great things. I've always known that in my spirit, right? And so, what I want to share with you is this here. Here on this cosmic journey that we are on, right? One thing that I want everybody to, if you're listening to me and my twin are in union, right? As a matter of fact, a few of us are in union, okay? And the way we came into union is through not only healing ourselves, but we came into union with ourselves. Okay, because that's what it's all about. It's about you being in union with you. If you try to be in union before you are in union with yourself, your twin flame, you will recognize that certain things do not work. They just don't come together. They just don't form the way they're supposed to. And on this journey, one thing that I want you to recognize that your twin is here to help you become the greatest and best version of yourself. Okay? Whether you're supposed to be in union or not, that twin is a catalyst for change. That twin is a catalyst for divinity, okay, for divine guidance, divine intervention. I could go on and on and on, okay, but one thing what I want us to recognize is that these are divine beings. Respect them and their divinity, okay? Regardless if they know it or not. Let me explain why. One of the things that Sis said in her video is this, is that she was talking about how the energy has been for the past couple of days. You have, the ascension symptoms we've been experiencing, wanting to sleep or just being awake, being very emotional. She was talking about how we are releasing the old world and we are welcoming in the new earth, right? So one thing about that is that how it came to me was I had a complete breakdown yesterday. My mother passed on October 13th, number 13, and I'm in number 13. I'm going to do a video on the number 13 because if you've been seeing the number 13, this is a part of your sacred journey, okay? So my mother passed, and that was a catalyst for me jumping timelines, okay? So usually a timeline jump, first something happens, something tragic, something chaotic, something that is a catalyst for that jump, okay? I was in a timeline where my mother was alive. Then I was in a timeline where my mother doesn't exist in this physical reality anymore. That's a timeline jump, okay? And so what I want to first say is, when I broke down yesterday, I had been avoiding crying, because once I start to crying about that, it's very hard to stop. Okay. Matter of fact, it goes throughout my whole day, and I'm just, it's just very hard to stop. And so I was avoiding it, right? So part of how the twin flame journey works, you need to know that this person is a catalyst for change in your life too. So there are going to be times where that abrupt change is not going to be pretty. A lot of the times when we are getting hurt or hurt by our twin, literally most of the time that is ego being released from you. Okay, that person is literally helping you to release parts of the ego that are not serving you. Okay, parts where you have been holding on to certain thought forms, certain ways of being, and everything. And I'm gonna do a video on how my twin actually helped me with this, with my journey. Okay, so I had a complete breakdown. I'm talking about to where I was wailing, and I was, I'm at work and I'm wailing. But before I cried, I had been so irritable. I was irritated. I'm like, listen, I don't want to deal with these people today. I don't want to do shit today. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to deal because I don't feel like it. Something I was trying to pinpoint why I was so irritated. I was trying to pinpoint it, and I was like, I need to pinpoint this. And I was thinking, I'm like, well, my boyfriend, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like the way, I didn't like the way he was responding to me. And one thing I always keep in my mind is that I'm also grieving. So I try not to just, go off of an assumption, or I try not to put things on him that is really not him, right? Anytime that I think negative, I do my best to go back into my heart space and go there, right? But for some reason, it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. And I kept feeling this thump on my heart. Like my heart kept beating irregularly. And it was a reminder that I needed to allow whatever was in my heart to come out, to release itself. And so I was trying to pinpoint, and I was just like irritated. I'm talking to my friend on the phone, and I'm just telling them how I'm just so irritated, and I don't want to be here, and I don't want to do this, and you know what I'm saying? And I was trying to literally pinpoint where it was coming from, but it was so hard. And then my friend just said release. And all of a sudden, it came to me, and I started to cry about my mama. Not only that, but I started to release that part of the ego that wanted to make it somebody else's fault. Okay, make this the reason why I'm going through this somebody else's fault. So I had to release that. And after I released and I just cried, I was so much nicer on the phone. I was back to my sweet self. I was like, dang, that's what I needed. I needed that release. And because I was able to do that, I was then in turn able to still remain sweet to my boyfriend. Okay. Now, when we are talking about this journey, one thing we have to understand is that this person is a catalyst for this type of change. This person is a catalyst for these type of things to happen in your life so that you can be the greatest and best version of yourself. Okay? There is no reason why we should be in a space of low vibration. Okay. We should always be releasing. We should always be going back to our heart space. Before we attempt to come into union with our twin or come into union with ourselves, right? We need to start to understand ourselves. And one thing that she said that I was doing yesterday was she said that she was trying to pinpoint where this was coming from, where her tears were coming from, where all of these emotions that she was having, where they were coming from. And I was trying to do the same thing. So this is at 12:12 on my clock, okay? So this is my piggyback off of that video. And because me and her did it, I know that this is a part of something that needs to happen. 12:21 on my clock, that needs to happen within the collective. We have to pinpoint where these things are coming from so that we can heal them. If you cannot pinpoint it, I'm telling you, your twin is going to help be the catalyst for that. Okay? So, and remember, like, these are people, this is your masculine half too. You are his feminine half as well. If vice versa. So that's why it's very important for us to, while we are on this journey, to always go back to self before you go to calling that twin and wanting to block them and wanting to do all of that. There's certain parts of the journey that we are past now. Like, we are literally coming into union. It's happening. Like, it's not a game, it's happening. We are literally coming into union because we have been in union with ourselves. Okay, we have come into union with ourselves. Not only have we come into union with ourselves, we are literally learning how to stay in union with ourselves, and that takes work. Just like a regular relationship takes work, just like your twin flame journey takes work, it all takes work. Okay, in this cosmic journey that we are on, you are going to have to do the work on self. There's no way that you are going to be able to get past that. You are going to have to do the work on self. And there are going to be times where your twin is the catalyst for that change in your life. And that is okay. We have to recognize these divine beings as exactly who they are. They are divine. Just like you are divine, they are divine beings. Okay? They are the catalyst in your life that is helping you to be the greatest version, and you are doing the same thing for them. If you are feminine, these masculines are going through a transformation right now as we speak. Just like we sprung forward, that shit ain't even real. That's not where we at right now. Just like we sprung forward this weekend, right? They are springing forward. This is rapid change. This is rapid transformation. They are transitioning into their higher selves. Okay. So that takes time. This is all about divine timing. And I started a divine feminine reading, but I had to put it on pause. Okay. I'm gonna have to redo it. I kept the cards, but I'm gonna have to redo it because redo the video because I knew this video needed to be said. This needs to be said. I want you to really think about the changes that you have made because this person has come into your life. Okay? I want you to recognize the changes that, not only the changes, but your way of being. Like, we have really elevated as divine feminines. Like, we have really gotten to a place where we are literally living in our divinity. You know? So I want all of us to, take into account as we are doing these releases and as we are upgrading and uploading all of this newness of this new world, new earth. I want you to recognize yourself in this person. You see what I'm saying? Like, this person recognize them for who they are because they are you. Just like you are divine beings, so are they. Okay? So I want to leave you with that. Thank you to my new subscribers for subscribing. Anyway, stay sweet. Okay?